One day, a patient walked in my office. Here's his story. He was a pretty average guy, but he was pretty disciplined and he was on self-improvement, so he was pretty intelligent. But one day, he decided to take a break of self-improvement because he decided that his journey was more about discovering life, admiring life's infinite vastness, and spreading love. And even though he was kind of right, it is a part of self-improvement, he used it as an excuse to avoid friction and hard work. So he started to sacrifice his own goals. And this went on for days and days. Here's how his typical day would look like. He'd wake up, he'd scroll for hours on Instagram pointlessly. He wouldn't even brush his teeth until about 11 a.m. where he felt like he needed to work, that's a good thing. But he watched Andrew Tate shorts to motivate himself. And about after 2 hours of motivation and dopamine, he decided that he was motivated enough to work. And he worked hard for about 30 minutes until he felt like he needed a break because he worked hard. So he took the break. He'd play video games until it was time to eat dinner. And after dinner, he'd go back to his computer to watch pointless YouTube videos until it was time to go to bed, where he'd continue to scroll on Instagram, where he'd restart the cycle tomorrow. And that went on until he had enough. His life was complete garbage. He didn't even do good at school anymore. His social life was shit. He had bad mental health. He was skinny fat. He had enough. Now you probably guessed it. The story is about me. I'm not going to go too much into the details, but once I tasted despair, I wanted to get out of my shithole. And so my brain started to adapt. People always ask me what was my original motivation. I always answer them despair. But they always look like they expected a secret productivity technique or some bullshit that no one told them. But it's true, nobody talks about despair because it's depressing and everything's good in this life. Now on to the tools I promised you. The first one I'm gonna recommend you. You might think it sounds a bit woo-woo or some shit, but I promise it's not. It's affirmations. Now you might already start to think, oh shit, Felix doesn't know what he's talking about. He's doing the TikTok money manifestation with cinnamon kind of shit. No, it's not like that, I swear. The real affirmations are much more powerful. They don't rely on something like TikTok spirituality gods or something. But if you really want to do them, which I hope you do, close your eyes and you repeat to yourself a trait that reminds you of who you are, of who you were, the efforts that you put in. So for me, it could be I'm a top student. I'm part of the 1%. I stay productive throughout the day. This could sound cringe, but the point of this exercise is really to remind you that you put in the work and you're not ready to give it up. You put in the work and you're ready to do it again. Now, along with this, I'd also recommend almost having an edit of yourself having the trait that you just mentioned. So with the same example, I'm a top student, I'm part of the 1%, and I'm productive throughout the day. I can almost see myself from a third-person perspective and studying, doing active recall and learning all the new stuff to study more efficiently. Now, that's an example of the second tool I was about to give you, which are visualizations. Now, I also use those to avoid bad habits. For example, I could imagine myself while working. I'd be tempted to go on Adonis Gang to see some new posts. And I'd be like, oh, fuck no, I'm a productive guy. Why am I doing this? Fuck you. I'm going back to work. This can apply to every bad habits: YouTube, anime, you can name it, bro, Netflix. I'm pretty sure you're intelligent enough to find out what your own bad habits are. Now, the third tool I want to give you is the tool that has helped me the most, recently, and I think has the most potential of all the tools I just gave you. And those are the goals themselves. You have to set your goals, and then what most people don't do is that they don't obsess over them. You really have to make them your main priority, but that's a bit too weak. You have to make them like almost your only priority, because what happens is when you when you go through hard times, for example, you get rejected by a girl, happens, right? But what most people do is that they're sad for a long time and then they forget they have goals. So what happens if you have goals and you constantly obsess over them is that now you have a fail-safe. When you get rejected by a girl, you're like, oh, I'm sad. Wait, shit, I have a goal to accomplish. I have to work hard to do it. Nah, fuck this. I don't care if she rejected me. I'm gonna work hard and accomplish my goal. And I cannot stress this enough. You have to obsess over them as much as you can. Like, as soon as you get the occasion, you have to think about them. You have to think, yeah, this is my goal. I have to work hard to get it. I have to work hard. I have to work hard. This is my goal. Nothing will come. Well, wait, that sounds a bit wrong, but nothing will prevent me from getting my goal. Now, those are the main 3 tools that have helped me achieve work hard, really hard each day, relentlessly to achieve my goals. I hope this has helped you. Can subscribe. I think the button's here. Leave a like if you want. The bell if you want to, I guess. Don't just let the bricks build the damn cathedral. Mwah.